You find yourself standing at the edge of a long, quiet path, and the night is soft around you. The air is cool and sweet, carrying the faint scent of roses and old stone, the kind of smell that makes you breathe a little slower without even meaning to. Ahead of you, through the gentle mist, you can see the shape of a castle rising up against a sky full of stars. Its towers reach up slowly, quietly, like they have been standing there forever and will go on standing long after tonight is done. You begin to walk toward it. The path beneath your feet is made of smooth, pale stones, and each step feels easy and unhurried. There is soft grass growing between the cracks, and tiny white flowers that catch the moonlight as you pass. The night around you is still. No wind, just a gentle quiet that wraps itself around your shoulders like a warm cloth. You feel your body beginning to settle, your breath coming a little slower with each step you take. The moonlight casts silver shadows across the path ahead of you, long and soft and peaceful. As you draw closer to the castle, you notice the great wooden doors are already open, just slightly, letting out a warm, golden glow that spills across the stone steps. You climb those steps slowly, one at a time, feeling the cool smoothness of the stone beneath your hand as you trail your fingers along the wall. The stone is old and worn, gentle under your touch, and it holds a faint warmth from the day still stored somewhere deep inside it. You step through the doors. Inside, the entrance hall is enormous and hushed. The ceiling rises high above you, lost in soft shadow, and the walls are hung with tapestries in deep, faded colors, greens and blues and golds that have softened with age into something gentle and dreamy. Candles are lit everywhere, dozens and dozens of them, their flames barely moving, standing perfectly still in the quiet air. They cast a warm amber light over everything, turning the stone floors to honey and gold. You stand there for a moment, just breathing it in. There is a faint scent of beeswax and something floral, lavender perhaps, drifting through the warm air. Beneath your feet, the stone floor is smooth and slightly cool, and you can feel the solidity of it, the way it holds you gently and firmly in place. Everything here is old and peaceful, and you feel the quietness of the place settling into you, like you are slowly becoming part of the stillness. You begin to walk, slowly, with no particular direction in mind. A long corridor stretches out to your left, and you follow it without hurrying. The candles here are fewer, and the light is softer, more golden, almost like the last light before dusk. Your footsteps are very quiet on the stone, barely a sound at all. You pass tall, narrow windows, and through each one you can see the night sky, deep and dark and scattered with stars so thick they look like someone has scattered handfuls of salt across dark velvet. You pause at one of the windows and look out for a while. The castle grounds below are bathed in moonlight, silver and still. You can see the shape of a garden, its paths winding gently between low hedges, and beyond it a dark pond where the moon's reflection floats like a pale coin on the surface of the water. A single white swan is sleeping on the bank, its head tucked beneath its wing, perfectly still and perfectly at peace. You watch it for a long moment, and something in you grows quieter just from looking at it. You move on, deeper into the castle. The corridor opens into a library, and you step inside without a sound. The room smells of old books and wood polish and something faintly sweet, like dried flowers kept between pages. The shelves rise all the way to the ceiling, filled with books whose spines are worn and faded, their gold lettering barely catching the candlelight. There are two deep armchairs near the fireplace, their fabric a soft, faded green. And a small fire is burning low in the grate, its embers glowing orange and red, and a deep, steady rose. You sink into one of the chairs. The fabric is soft beneath you, slightly warm, and the chair seems to hold you gently, supporting your back and your shoulders and the weight of your arms. You let your hands rest in your lap. The fire makes the softest sound, just a quiet, steady breathing of warmth. And the light it casts is low and flickering, painting slow, lazy shapes across the ceiling and the walls. You watch the shapes move for a while, drifting and shifting, never quite the same twice. Your eyelids feel a little heavier now. On the small table beside the chair, there is a cup of something warm, and you lift it carefully and breathe in the steam. It smells of chamomile and honey, gentle and familiar, and the warmth of the cup in your hands is deeply comforting. You take a slow sip and feel the warmth travel all the way down through you, settling somewhere soft and quiet in the center of your chest. You take another sip and another, and each one makes you feel a little more settled, a little more still. The fire breathes quietly in the grate. Raindrops begin to trace slow paths down the tall library window, soft and unhurried, each one catching the firelight for just a moment before sliding gently down the glass. The sound they make is barely a sound at all, just a soft, steady whispering against the window pane. And it blends with the low breathing of the fire until you cannot quite tell where one ends and the other begins. It is the most peaceful sound you have ever heard. You feel your shoulders drop a little. Your body is growing heavy in the best possible way, the way that means it is ready to let everything go. Your arms feel warm and loose. Your legs feel long and still. Even your thoughts are beginning to slow, moving through your mind like clouds moving across a night sky, drifting slowly, not catching on anything, just passing through and dissolving gently into the quiet. You set down the cup and close your eyes for just a moment. Behind your eyelids, there is a soft darkness, warm and close, and in it, you can still feel the heat of the fire on your face and hear the rain against the window. You can smell the old books and the beeswax candles and the faint sweetness of chamomile still on your breath. Everything is gentle. Everything is safe. There is nothing you need to do and nowhere you need to be. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, in this warm chair, in this quiet library, in this old and peaceful castle at the edge of a still, starlit night. After a while, you open your eyes again, slowly. You rise from the chair without hurrying and wander back into the corridor, following it now toward a wide, curving staircase that rises gently upward. The banister beneath your hand is smooth, dark wood, worn to a shine by years of hands just like yours. And you climb the stairs one at a time, slowly, feeling the soft give of an old carpet runner beneath your feet. It is a deep blue, the color of the sky just before midnight, and it muffles your footsteps completely so that you move in total silence, up and up, slowly, one step at a time. At the top of the stairs, there is a long hallway, and at the end of it, a door stands slightly open, letting through a thread of pale, silver light. You walk toward it, your footsteps soundless on the soft carpet, and you push the door open gently and step inside. It is a bedroom, large and quiet, with tall ceilings and walls the color of pale cream. The curtains are drawn back on one side, and through the window you can see the night sky, impossibly wide and deep, filled with more stars than you could ever count. The moonlight falls in a long, pale stripe across the floor. The bed is enormous and soft-looking, piled with pillows and covered in linens the color of fresh cream. You sit on the edge of it and feel the mattress give gently beneath you, welcoming and warm. You take off your shoes and set them quietly aside, and you lie back against the pillows, feeling them rise up softly around you, cradling your head with a gentle pressure that is exactly right. You pull the covers up slowly. The weight of the blanket settles over you like a sigh, soft and warm and perfectly even. You can feel the coolness of the linen against your skin, and beneath it the deep, spreading warmth that begins to gather almost immediately. Your own warmth, held close and gentle by the weight of the covers. You stretch your legs out slowly and feel every muscle in your body begin to soften, one by one, from your feet all the way up, through your calves and your thighs, and your back and your shoulders. You let your arms fall gently to your sides. Through the window, the stars are very still. The rain has softened to almost nothing now, just the faintest breath of moisture against the glass. And the night is so quiet that you can hear the distant sound of the wind moving through the trees far below in the garden. It is a low, slow sound, barely there at all, like the sound of the world breathing in its sleep. And it is the most natural thing in the world to let your own breath slow to match it, in and out, slowly, softly, without any effort at all. Your eyes are growing heavy. The moonlight shifts very slowly across the ceiling, a pale, moving light that makes no sound and casts no shadows. Just a gentle luminescence that fills the room with something almost like the feeling of being held. You watch it for a while without really watching it. Your gaze soft and unfocused. Your thoughts quieting down to almost nothing. There is nothing left to think about tonight. Everything has been set down. Everything is at rest. The castle is very quiet around you. Somewhere far below, in the depths of the old stone building, a clock is ticking very slowly, and its sound reaches you as barely more than a feeling, a soft, steady pulse that marks the passing of seconds without urgency, without hurry. Each tick is the same as the last. Each moment is as peaceful as the one before it. The night stretches out ahead of you, long and unhurried and full of rest, and you have nowhere to go and nothing to carry, and no reason at all to hold on to wakefulness any longer. You let your eyes close, and the darkness behind them is warm and soft and very, very still. The pillow is gentle beneath your head. The blanket is warm across your chest. The sound of the night outside is faint and far away and perfectly peaceful. You can feel the steadiness of the old castle around you, its thick stone walls, its quiet corridors, its libraries and gardens and moonlit windows, all of it standing quietly in the dark, holding you gently while you rest. Everything is still now. Everything is safe. The stars are watching over the castle, and the castle is watching over you. And the night is long and soft and full of sleep. You drift now, slowly, like a leaf on still water, moving without effort towards somewhere deep and quiet and warm. The sounds grow fainter, the light grows softer, your body grows heavier and more still with every slow breath, and each breath carries you a little further into the peaceful dark, the comfortable dark, the dark that is not empty but full of rest and warmth, and the gentle presence of the night. Sleep comes quietly, like the turning of a page, and you are already there,